So
we got my boy Juju. You want to say something real quick?
what's up, y'all? Tune into my show in an hour and also to YouTube for yesterday. Happy International Women's Day.
Thank you.
Just letting you know this is not live. Yeah.
Let's get it.
But yeah, how you guys doing? How you guys doing today?
I'm doing great.
Doing good?
I just had my interview for a new job.
Okay.
Woman success.
Yeah.
New job vibes,
Yeah, I'm getting new beginnings or whatever. I was at a recruiter's office on Tuesday.
Okay. What was that?
Navy and June.
Ooh.
You're gonna get the grrr.
What? Yo, explain to the listeners who's listening. What does grrr mean? What that mean? What's that?
If you know, you know. If you don't, you don't.
The girls that get it, get it. The girls that don't.
Okay.
Her.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it was an interesting experience. I mean, it was something I was always curious about and always wanted to do. But now that I found out about like the educational opportunities that come with it as well, why not? It's all about just making my mom realize that I'm not gonna be doing reserve. I'm doing active service because she's over here telling everyone in the family she's not doing active service, so she's not getting as much benefits. Yeah, just keep thinking that. Stay in your delusions. Me and my dad is like active service.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah, no, I didn't ask. So how are you guys doing?
For real.
Chilling. Yes.
I saw you guys matching, huh?
Yeah, you see that shit, right? You see that shit, right? Yeah, Addie got good eyes, man. She got good eyes.
Selena too. Hey, Selena,
Exactly.
Selena got the green on as well, right?
Bruh. Oh my god, look, it's the three green people.
This is say
Hey
hi.
y'all, Harrison stole my outfit.
No, actually.
Miss Quintanilla, you know?
Girl, I made this color.
It's Miss Quintanilla.
Nah, but yo, in celebration of Women's History Month, we kind of went. Oh, okay.
We got Big D.
Okay.
in the building.
Salute.
Hi.
We got the two Afro sisters included.
Shout out Black Woman. My favorite.
So today, we gonna mix it up a little bit today, y'all. Like, honestly speaking, today is more about like y'all. You feel me? Because we like kind of had like these episodes where y'all was guests, and I feel like we was having debates. In a sense, so not necessarily debates, but we were like playing devil's advocate. And today we kind of want to like give y'all the floor and just talking to us about the vibes, man.
What do you hate most in men?
Straight to it, let's get it.
What was that?
Straight to it, straight to it, yeah. Cause it's y'all month, man. Y'all get to sabotage and just bash us.
Specifically, our first topic was talking about narcissism in men.
And how men utilize their narcissistic ways to abuse women. So that's kind of like what we want to like touch on. But to answer Harris's question, what do you guys hate the most in that?
I don't know. You have, yeah. They probably got more.
Go off. Come on. I know y'all be.
Y'all took y'all shit. I know y'all took y'all shit.
But I was just gonna say like how they think these so slick are playing these little mind tricks, but they really not, because we know what's going on. But like, you think you're so good. So like, I had. So I can't explain it, but like,
take your time.
My boyfriend did this one time, but he tried to like ask me a question to see what I would say. But I answered the question, but I answered it with the response that he thought I was gonna answer it. But you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. So it was reverse psychology, but
yeah,
you utilized it.
Yeah.
You were playing along.
Yeah, basically.
Was it a bad question?
No, it was just a regular question about something. I'm not gonna get into that, but.
Okay.
I was thinking in my head like, you think you got a one up with me, but you don't. So. Nothing playing competition, but you know.
No, men tend to think that it's the Coil Ray song. Girls is players too.
Oh,
that's exactly what it is. Cause it's like they always think like they're so good at this game, but it's like we be catching on. If anything, women are more quick in catching on to like little details.
Yeah. So explain that a little bit, yo, because I think we had this debate earlier, me and one of my partners. Are women smarter than men?
Yes.
Yeah.
I will say yes.
No, because
We're more
Straight
mature
face
too.
right? Yes.
Biologically.
You know why we smarter is
Right.
I don't know if it's because we are basically we're making you guys first of all because we give you guys birth. So it's like technically we are your mom too.
Wow.
All women.
Yeah,
are
she's
mothers.
bugging.
We the moms.
Exactly. So
Nah, but not
technically
yeah.
you already know who
You can talk.
That's
You
why
can
you always
talk.
sound your phone.
right?
Always sound your phone.
So that's why I would say we are smarter. And at the same time, if a girl said she gonna play you, she gonna play
Yeah,
you.
have you. Come on,
You
kill us,
gotta
man.
listen.
Come on.
You gonna cry tomorrow, the next day, and then days after days. Because once we said we're gonna play, we're gonna play. That's why they think they smarter, just because, oh, I got the chance to play her. No, if she chose to play you back, you're gonna regret your whole fucking life. Because we are sneakier, we are snakes. Please.
I think women are more willing to like learn too, like just to change their ways. Men are pretty ignorant most of the time. You think you guys are easier to just learn and shift how you feel?
Yo, what did I about to say, guys? Real quick, I'm sorry.
Come
Say
on, man.
Nah, yeah, repeat that shit. Come on.
No.
Because I know it was good. I was listening, but I wasn't.
We said if we play you guys,
We won't
y'all
know.
gonna regret it too.
Yeah.
Because we work smarter, okay?
Not hard.
Like, what is the TikTok saying when they be saying treat together and work harder? Wait,
What's smarter, not harder?
I don't remember, but
All right, period. Right.
Damn. I don't know. I always say, oh my god, I hate men, and now I don't have anything to say.
When she has the opportunity to talk her shit, she don't want to talk her shit, y'all. She don't really hate us. You heard? Like.
No, like, I mean, okay. I feel like I don't have enough experiences like everyone else with like relationships and whatever to be able to say anything. But I do have experiences in like not romantic relationships, platonic relationships too.
Friendships.
Yeah, friendships. And I feel like, for example, like friendship breakups are hurt more than an actual breakup, like a relationship breakup.
Yeah.
And I had to go through 3 friendship breakups back to back.
Yeah, it's powerful shit.
At the end of high school, senior year. 3 back to back. Like one in the middle of it, I was struggling to find a different friend group, and then another one happened like all the way at the end towards graduation and stuff. It was a mess. But I had a guy that I knew him since freshman year. Like been friends with him through 2 different girlfriends.
Story time.
And yeah, story time. Been friends with him through 2 different girlfriends.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna hold you. When I first approached him to be friends, because I liked him, but then I actually got to know him, and I was like, okay, like,
Bro got some game, yeah.
Like,
I liked him.
I would be your friend, like platonically. Like at first it was romantic intentions, but now I see you and I'm like, you know what, you're like a good platonic friend, like, you know. And he was like my best friend, like a male best friend or whatever. Was with him through 2 different girlfriends, and none of them had an issue. Well, the first one did, because she was a little insecure about it, and then the second one was like older, so she was just like, yeah, we'll just chill. Yeah, and she was more chill about it. And then the third one was just, how do I say? So the third girlfriend, right? They met each other through me.
Oh shit.
And she was, yeah. So
spicy.
she was friends with me first.
Yeah.
And then she would always see me like hanging out with him, and she was like, "Oh, I want to be friends with that dude." And I was like, "Oh, really? You want to introduce you guys to each other? You know, like I don't mind. The more, the merrier. You know." For sure. And then we became a trio. Like everyone knew a trio. Yeah. See, my accent comes out.
Trio, you heard?
So when like everyone knew like if you see him, you see me and her. Yeah. We were always together, right? But then it's like she had a lot of like insecurities and a lot of, you know, like a lot of shit going on with her. And when I think back on it, I feel like I was at fault a little bit too, because like when she would try to talk to me and stuff, I was always like I wouldn't really pay attention when she would like get deep conversations. And I think like it definitely built up because I would always do it without realizing. And it got to a point where she just didn't like fuck with it anymore. But she never said anything. And then we stopped talking for like a whole summer. And then they started dating.
Which is weird.
And she was like, "Oh, well, he told me, because I was still talking to him, but not her anymore. And he was like, oh, she wants to, like, you know, like, talk to you because she doesn't want things to be awkward when we get back to school. Because it was, like, during COVID that they started dating. And she was like, when we get back to school, she doesn't want it to be awkward, blah, blah, because we're all still friends. Anyways, fast forward. No, not here. It was high school. And fast forward, right? And we're in school. Everything's going fine. Then all of a sudden, it's like, oh, she starts acting different. And I was like, you see, this is why I hate bitches, because if you knew you were gonna do this, if you no, I know, it's coming. Like, if you knew you were gonna do this, why did you come back in my life? Like, it's my fault for letting you back in my life. We already stopped, and it was mutual, and I wasn't hurt.
To her defense, right? Let me be devil's advocate. I think she just wanted to probably be friends with you guys, well, with you, before things got super like intimate with him, so that way it wouldn't be weird. This is me just utilizing like a different perspective of thinking. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, all right, let's bring her in so that way she doesn't feel left out or like.
But the thing is, I wouldn't have cared if I was being left out because at that point I already let go of her and I already stopped thinking of her as like a really close friend. Because when you're my close friend, you can ask this one. When you're my close friend,
this one is Arahbelle. Let's get it right.
If you're my close friend. You're my close friend. Like, I see you as, like, family immediately. Like, you can ask, I get really protective, and you're someone that I immediately think of, oh, I'm going to take care of you. And it's, like, especially, like, if you would ask anybody, like, in that school regarding me and this girl that I'm talking about, like, she was probably always first priority for me, even though she wasn't supposed to be. Like, that's how I saw her. Like, I really held her close to my heart. Like, bro, like, I love you so much as my friend that I would do anything for you kind of shit. So it really hurt when she, like, you know, because of her little boyfriend. But whatever. Why I said I hate man is because he didn't do anything in that situation. Like, he was always the airhead, and he wouldn't do anything when anything was going on. Like, he always tried to stay out of it. He was like, oh, I'm not gonna get in between anything. I'm just gonna sit and watch and see it happen. You know? Yeah, like things like that. So I hate when y'all act like that. When men like they just act like airheads sometimes. And that gets me so mad. Because you know what's going on. You're going to sit here and act like you don't.
Can I talk about what I love about men, though? I love how pathetic y'all are. I love how y'all tried to make the girl the most evil villain in the world.
Yeah,
no. Back,
we do that, though.
And it's been back, like, not too long after. Like, that's what I love about y'all.
So, like, we try to make our villains, like, as far as, like, we victimize ourselves. Like, oh my gosh, why'd you do that to us? And then we still come right back.
Because why? I was in high school, right? And I had this, I wouldn't call it a situationship. He called me his ex, but I really don't know.
Tell me why. He was in a relationship by himself.
Right. Not that he called me his ex.
He was in a relationship by himself.
It was just a baby relationship. It was like a kid relationship. But tell me why he broke with me for the dumbest reason. I don't know why. Apparently because I have a twin sister who spends too much time with me. I don't know.
What?
I don't know. That's what I got from it.
That's really dumb.
Apparently, Shanaya be everywhere I be, and it was too much for him. Don't know how that even.
Oh, my son wanted some alone time. Time out. Devil's advocate. He wanted the free time.
I thought you weren't gonna be devil's advocate.
He could have just said that.
He could have said that. He gonna break with me. I'm like, okay.
But he could have said that though.
I'm like, okay, you're weird. A couple months after that situation, he had hit me up. Once he got to I dubbed it. Because you're never saying 2 years later, niggas still know about us. Oh! So I was like, what's really tea? Like, what was the point of bringing on me if you gonna be in my inbox every
I'm on air right now. I'm gonna call you back. I should be ready. Yeah, I should be ready for you tonight.
I don't really have anything, but it's just like sometimes men be breaking up with you for dumbest reason. Like,
wait, time out. Describe dumbest reasons.
Like I just said.
Like
that was bad dumb.
That was really dumb. Like,
but do you not feel like sometimes that it'd be another reason, but they try to make up a reason?
Definitely.
And
that gets me so mad.
Like,
just
I
say
remember
it, spit it out.
one of my exes, he was literally telling me he's breaking up with me because of my mom. And guess what? My mom know about the relationship. He been at my house whenever he wants to and everything. How are you breaking up with me because of my mom?
Yeah.
Wait, you just said because of your mom? Or just...
Yeah, my mom trying to control the relationship. My mom never say anything. I be like,
no, that's what he said to me too. Not my mom, but my sister. He's like, your friends are too involved in the relationship. You are the friend. You are the friend. We are the friend group. What are you talking about? Like, what? Like,
excuses.
It's like
different excuses.
Like,
come on.
They are so dumb for that. It's like, be for
bro, I think
what?
it's security. I think it's
I
security.
think it is. I think it's a little bit of both.
Insecurity,
It's a mixture of insecurity and like, nigga, you don't have any like, I want to say like, swag, because you're supposed to know how to like move around that shit.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? So.
This comes to a big thing that I feel like a lot of men are like horrible at. Although I have seen few where they are good at it. Communication. In any relationship, platonic, romantic, whatever the fuck, communication is like really, really important. It's the foundation. Communication, foundation. Like, if you know that you can't communicate, don't get into a serious committed
So
relationship.
look, let me ask you this question, man. Right? I'm just gonna switch it up a little bit because we getting deep. I want to know abusive. What do you guys consider abusive? Verbal, physical,
mentally, physically,
Emotionally,
all the above. If you causing harm to my mental, and my
even
peace,
the one I'm
and my body,
invented, yeah, all of them.
right? Like all the above. Honestly,
You invented one, you heard?
Gaslighting, everything.
Oh yeah. A lot of people don't think like people always when they hear abusive, they go straight to the hitting and fighting, but no, like it don't even be the punches that be hurting the most. It'd be the mental that be hurting the most. Like mental, you can't really get back from that shit.
Talk about that. Talk about it.
What differentiates that from emotional?
You see, like once you have like all that emotional and mental damage, like you gotta rewind your mind back to where you used to be. So you're gonna take some time for that. Like if you're in an abusive relationship and your partner is mentally or physically abusing you, sure the bruises might go away, might heal a little bit after. But is that mind going to heal? Is your peace going to heal? Is your spirit going to heal? Is your soul going to heal? It's going to take some time. Them bruises in your arm going to heal a little bit faster than your mind. Like,
No chill for real.
No kind of abuse is good, but honestly, like she said, the physical ones are gonna heal, but those mental ones, they take a while.
They're a little different, huh?
They really do. Those ones go deep in your soul.
I've been through it, but
but
wait. I'm trying to find a way to put it. It's like
take your time. You good.
the English is not coming.
You good.
Me no hablo English, guys. Give me a second. Bear with me.
Take your time, mom.
It's like I was so messed up emotionally that I started hurting myself now. Like it's not like he was doing it to me. I was doing it to myself based on what he's doing. So it's like sometimes the person doesn't actually have to beat you up or talk to you some type of way, but by his actions, it's like he messing you up. You got no more confidence. You hate yourself. Everything he start doing, you be like, okay, I deserve it. Now you blaming yourself for things that you didn't even do, which is really messed up. And to get through that, it takes a lot. So
that's what happens when you date narcissistic men.
And I want to kind of like, we're going to segue into that, but we got to give you a little, let's clap it up for you for getting past that shit. You looking good, you outside, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't even tell really what you fucking been through, so I
City
appreciate
girls.
Shit, we got to deal with it much, yeah? But, so we segue into our next topic, and it's kind of like a beautiful alley-oop. Narcissistic men. Can you guys give me your
father?
Okay.
My father is the most narcissistic nigga I ever met in my whole entire life. He's my first heartbreak, the first narcissistic man I ever met in my life. So, like all the bad things you think about a man, that's in him. I still love him, but I don't respect him. That's all.
I feel like a lot of dads are like that too.
Oh yeah,
no.
My dad's like that.
Hey, when I say yours, I say a lot.
I mean, yeah, no, like I understand where that's coming from, but I always when people speak about topics like this, I tend to not. I feel like I don't get to have an opinion because I haven't like really experienced things like that. Like for example, my relationship with both of my parents is great. My dad is probably everything that I would like ever look for in a man, you know, like he sets an example for me. So I go out there, which is probably why I technically like, even if I try to get in a relationship, I'm gonna be really fucking picky because of what I've seen and the examples that my dad, and the example that my dad has set for me. Like I really can't settle for half of these kids out here because of what I've seen. Like,
respectfully, and that's some powerful shit. That's some powerful shit because I think as men we forget how powerful we are. Like a lot of times, you know, Arahbelle, for me to salute to my sister, she just said some shit. We do come from women, right? And you know, I even had a debate with one of my people. He said God is a woman, right?
Yeah, I've been saying this, so I know this.
I'm trying to get into my
God is definitely a woman.
That was my caption. That was my caption for my birthday.
That's crazy. I didn't know that.
Yep.
The deeper I'm trying to get into spirituality, the more and more I want to say like that's it's starting to really. I don't want to get too deep and say it's true, but it's starting to really feel kind of right because like I think about so much shit I've done in my past with women. Then I think about my karma.
You should meditate.
No. I'm good now. I've made peace with myself, and I'm actually in a very good place. But I think about the shit I went through after that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know how they say like when you break a girl's heart, fuck it. But when a girl breaks your heart, it's way different. Mm-hmm. That's the type of shit I'm talking about. So it's like you go on, it's definitely a double standard, and I think a lot of guys don't talk about it because they want to keep it player, but. Like in all honesty, bro, like you've been heartbroken before. You feel me? And I don't think men speak about that shit enough because it's either they're ashamed or they feel like
they feel like it ruins their masculinity to have gotten their heart broken by women. And that also brings us to an important part about defining masculinity and describing femininity. Like things like that, I think that's really just like a stupid societal construct. To me, I feel like it makes no sense. No one has to be masculine or feminine. Everyone just has to be what they are, really. Like, for example, masculinity, a lot of like the stigmas around it, talking about, oh, if you're masculine, you can't be emotional, you can't be this, you gotta be
so
strong,
crazy. Listen to this. I just had a conversation with my peoples about this. So I had a couple. Yeah, this is crazy, son.
Yeah, but everyone has a masculine and feminine side.
But my biggest beef with it is the fact that like so now at my time, right? You know, I'm gonna keep it on it. I've been heartbroken before, right? I
just wanna say one thing. Most of the guys too. I'm not saying. Let's say 40% of the guys that's breaking every girl's heart now is because they've been heartbroken. But the thing is, it's karma. It's because you hurted somebody. Somebody else gonna hurt you, and then now you go and hurt somebody else.
Now you're gonna get hurt 10 times worse.
Like I said, hurt people hurt people.
So what I was gonna say is like basically and we having a whole snack fest in the corner here. Like salute to the girls, man. Like. I was utilizing bronze in a certain part of my relationship, and I kind of want you to interject yourself and talk about. I mean, I don't know, because even if you're in a happy place, a lovable place, Harry, I want to hear what your stance is as far as like you and so the Cash. She always showing us love. Cash Monet, that's my boy Harrison's wife. Let's clap it up for her. She shows us so much love and support. I haven't met her yet. Salute to you, girl. And like, yo, like, yeah, I mean, like, I was telling my peoples, I'm like, yo, I regret because it's like. Through all the girls I've been with, I feel like that one got away, and I was saying I think she got away because at that time I was using bronze, so I was living a certain lifestyle that allowed me. I had to be on point. I had to be a very masculine man, 24/7. And when I got home, I took that shit with me, so that shit backfired. You know, so instead of her being my peace, I was kind of being like her hell. You feel me? Because she had to deal with me and all my shit. So I kind of like want to just like dip into that a little bit. Like as men, go say some real shit. Like we don't know how to differentiate masculinity and femininity. Like we want to be tough all the fucking time. And this year, like not this year, but this like generation of women, y'all too gangster. Let's be real. For me, I ain't gonna throw
No,
that
you're
shit.
not wrong. You're not
wrong.
Y'all make us gangster though.
Exactly.
Yo, bro, like,
Y'all make us gangster.
I want to be my soft girl phase. Like I can't do that.
like, bro.
But niggas be trying.
What you talking
I'll pop
about?
you in the face. Please stop.
But yeah, shout out to Amber. I love you very much. Yeah.
Godwin.
Yeah. Nah, see, that's me being vulnerable.
Of course,
That's
That's a king right there.
As you fucking should. Some stupid masculine
Everything for the
alpha
king.
male.
Everything to be king.
I love you, Donnie Williams.
Some dumb alpha
You
male
get it
go
out.
come in and talk about why you doing that. That's so unmasculine. Please shut up.
Me and my girlfriend are very anti-tradition.
How long you been together?
We're 9 months going on 10 soon. So
I'm gonna have
that's
18.
pretty good. Really good?
Yeah, 2 months.
Congrats.
That's crazy.
All these
Right.
relationships couldn't be me.
Yeah. So talk about your relationship. Talk
But,
about your love, man. Like,
But yeah, we both like to express our masculine and feminine sides because you really gotta have a balance of both energies in your life, and that's for all people in general. I don't like. Look, I'm biased, so I don't like straight up just super masculine, super ultra.
oh, nigga, you don't just throw a curveball like that and then just keep talking. What you mean, your vibe?
I'm bi. I like men.
He's
I
bi.
like women. I
Man,
like.
Okay.
He likes
I
whatever he likes.
What you buy?
Your
Yeah.
relationship.
I've never known that.
He told me.
Your relationship is open with Amber or?
No, we're a close relationship.
Okay.
I'm bi. She's pan, which means she likes all genders without preference.
Oh, love that.
Yeah.
That's
I'm sorry,
me.
but I don't know the stuff,
Yes.
so I gotta
So
ask. questions.
bisexual is
I know the bisexual.
Yeah.
It's the pan. Like,
Pansexual is like in any like.
anything you don't really care what gender.
Yeah, as long as I'm attracted to you and I like you, that's
Yeah.
it.
If I like you as a person, not as a gender, then
I want to say pansexual.
That's what the P stands
I
for.
want to say pansexual is. That's not what the P stands for. I wanna
No,
say
that's what.
pansexual is more like of a spiritual thing.
Yeah.
If I'm not looking at you on your physical aspect.
Right. So
I'm looking at you more like
and that
what kind of
also
person
plays
are you?
into the energies we give out because I'm not trying to be
Mm.
super tough all the time. I like letting out the softer side of me. I like to hear from a woman's perspective and embrace that into my life because I think if everybody listened to each other, we would all further as a human race. We would all be better as men and women if we had both sides, both attributes.
Yeah.
We'd just be good.
Okay, talk.
But some people just too resilient
I'm jumping on
to
this. Hold on.
recover.
Oh wait, I have a question. I want to ask them where y'all met.
We met at school, high school. She was my friend at first, and I was okay. Story time.
Let's
Yeah.
go.
Story time.
So
Story time.
I was dating this narcissistic guy.
What's her name?
I don't know.
Hey, we
I
don't.
got a name drop.
We're
No
gonna
name
call her-
dropping.
We're
Say
gonna,
that shit for
we're
help.
gonna call her Anna.
Anna Maria.
Freaking met her on fucking Instagram. It was pretty long distance for most of the part. So, and I was putting in too much effort. She was just not putting that effort. I just kept going and going and going. And people were like, oh yeah, you shouldn't be with this girl. But I'm like, nah, I'm so deep in love. But I wasn't really in love. I was just obsessed. But
Yo, that's what people don't talk about a lot. Just because you don't cheat,
You gonna jump into
don't
that? You gonna
don't mean you're doing great in a relationship.
right,
Relationship don't mean just not cheating.
literally.
You might be hypnotized.
I was. But Amber was she was my best friend. We would just hang, talk about stuff all the time, and I always saw her as a friend at first, but then the more we got to know each other, I was like, oh yeah, you're like me. And I feel like I didn't love myself enough to see that I love the part of me that she brings out.
Yeah.
So we first started dating in June. And
Same. No wait. Same. Actually, no, I didn't lie. Same.
She said, wait, I lied. No,
Started
wait, I
dating
didn't
in
lie.
No, I
June,
lied.
And I dropped that other girl because that was the worst decision of my life.
Drop like a bad habit.
Yeah.
You know what I see?
Yeah.
And I see on posts where it's like dating in a generation is like suicide.
Yeah.
I think it's the way that people go about it. You gotta separate yourself from the generation and focus on your love and being better at what you are.
It's a lot of okay, but that's hard. Even if you want to do it, it's hard to find another person that's like that with that same mindset. It's a lot of hookup culture. It's a lot of hookup culture. It's a lot of hookup culture in our generation, and I feel like that's an issue.
Yeah.
Like, especially for me, like, for example, I'm still a virgin, right? And I take so much pride in it because I know a lot of people in our generation already, like, out the window, you know? Like, I just feel like something like that is so intimate. It's so much energy that you're sharing with another person to just be doing it back and forth with, like, random people like that. And, like, it doesn't make sense to me.
We're waiting for the one.
I don't.
Yeah, like, I'm waiting for the one, and if I had to, I'd wait until marriage, please.
First off, virginity is a construct, too.
What do you mean by that?
Okay? Virginity is something created
That is so true.
by misogynistic men to
That
take
is so
away
true.
from women's,
Yeah,
Innocent
like, they can do
purity.
whatever they
Yeah.
want, mess with as many people as
Same
they
thing for
want,
men.
but, I want to get married to a virgin. I want it to be untouched. Like, okay.
Like, you want a child? Just,
Right.
I feel like people be dragging virginity. Like, I feel like, oh, you gotta wait till you find a perfect one. Da, da, da. I mean, hey, do what you want, but I feel like it's never that serious. Like, it was never that serious. I feel like it was never that serious.
It's not that serious depending on who you sharing it with. So if it comes to
That's
Exactly.
true. Who shared it with and who kind of person you are. For me, it wasn't that serious.
Yeah.
At first it was. Then once I lost it, I was like, oh, this is it.
I think that's less.
This is what y'all bragging about. This is all. But,
I think that's less of the virginity part and more just the sex part in general. You know, not like the first time. Sex in general, you shouldn't share it with
One thing
anybody.
I want to say is like at the same time, they be saying, I want a virgin woman, I want a virgin woman, and the next thing you know, she has no experiences. They go look outside.
Yeah.
It's like you wanted it, you done take her virginity, but she doesn't have any experiences. Instead of you teaching her, you just go and look for something else.
So like it's crazy.
Like-
That's fucked up. Like you saying some real shit, and I kind of want to touch on that because I don't think men we take full responsibility and that. Like I took a girl's virginity, bro. It was the
did
best.
she go crazy?
It was the best emotional thing that
She go
happened to
crazy?
me in my life. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. She made me drop out of high school. Like she's one of the reasons I dropped out of high school.
Oh.
Facts. Because she followed me from middle school to high school, and like it was annoying. You know, like, it was horrible. So it's like we got to be a lot more careful. You know, back to like me thinking of God as a woman. Like I think I put this on my notes yesterday. But you got to treat a girl like you want your sister to be treated. I'm not saying like you got to be like a fucking kiss ass or just like the masculinity and that we have to be aware of when to be tough. You feel me? Like it's a difference between being a pushover and a solid nigga. Like we take that solid nigga shit and we try to push that narrative as if well, not even just soft. But at the same time, like that person could be a fucking monster. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like a caged monster. Not in a bad way, but that person's mindset is directed. His energy is focused in the right aspect. To where as though when we take the person who's like mistreating women or who's super tough and curses out all the time, oh no, that's a real, like we need to learn how to differentiate the two.
We gotta stop letting our masculinity take over our humanity, you know? We gotta remember we're all people first. People do fucked up things, but people gotta remember if they think before doing the fucked up things and things won't be so fucked up. Bars.
Yeah, we got me in here, man. Let's talk about me. You heard? You been in the cut kind of high. You know what I mean? Like, word.
Bringing snacks.
Yo, bringing snacks to her
Like,
girl.
shout out.
Shout out to
That's a
me.
good point.
That's a different level of love, you heard? Fuck you talking to me. What's up, man? You here? Look a little louder.
We say
So-
don't worry.
Definitely
So
so.
what's the topic right now? What we talking
Well,
about?
we talked about the worst parts of men. Then we started talking about
You shitting on us.
Our
Yeah.
men are horrible.
just
The
that's
topic is men.
How it's
Yeah.
fuck, man.
you know, this is your day. Well, when was International Women's Day? That's like
Yesterday.
yesterday. Yeah. So yeah, it's your
Oh, that's
just
cool,
empty out
Dan.
the man.
It's a belated day. It's a belated
Curse
day.
the man out. You got the free pass.
I don't know. About
Tell him to go to hell.
No curses out. But like, honestly, give us an honest feedback on how you look at us as far as
how can men be better?
how can we be better, but what advantages do we take as far as abusing women, and what's good about us? Like, I don't want to just give us all bad. I mean, what's good about us, but how can we be better?
In my opinion, I feel like the more a guy is in touch with his feminine side, the better of a man he's gonna be.
Yes.
Period.
Especially towards more men, because the more in touch with that side
It's
he
very true,
is,
though. I agree
the
with you.
more understanding he's gonna be able to feel. Like, you have to have mindsets that
No, you gotta
allow
let me
you
talk.
to.
You gotta let me talk.
My
Man.
bad,
Come on,
I'm so
come
sorry.
on, come on.
But when she said it, it kind of just brought it out.
I
I just,
know. Come on, finish. Let's go.
No, yeah. So the more feminine a guy is, I feel like the more in touch with that side he is, the better of a man he is. Because I feel like, in my personal opinion, I feel like masculine aspects, masculine things, it's just so negative. Like, it's always like violence or like taking charge, all that stuff. And I'm like, just relax. Like, y'all be doing too much. You guys be doing too much. And I feel like when you think of feminine things, it's just more nurturing, more love, more relaxing. Like, you want to be there. You want to be near that. You don't want to be near man. Like, yeah, like, I don't know. It's not the vibe. So that's what I think.
What can a man do to separate that? Like, we talking to a young street kid who has no guidance, grew up with no father, only has his mother.
Told to man up every day.
Loves his mother to death, but he never seen his father love his mother. All he sees is different men coming in and out of the house and them mistreating his mother and the stress and anxiety that puts her through. How do we talk to that young man and give him some solid advice to where we don't feel like we're stripping him, right? Like, we're not trying to make you soft, young king. We're not trying to make you feel like you're not who you are. But what do we say to him to make him understand that how he's going about the way he treats women is wrong? How do we like?
I feel like it's really hard for you. Like, once a guy has already been brought up a certain way and has his own like opinions on things already, it's very hard for you to change that. It's something that they have to go through themselves, and especially like, it really matters who they hang out with, because they will never change if the circle that they're in is toxic or what they don't want to be. Like, it's no matter what advice you give them, it's never gonna go through their head.
Yeah, that's.
I want to add one more thing. I hate when men be doing that. Whenever they are with their friends, they acting childish, like they gangster. But once you with him, he's different. He's a little baby. It's like, what is going on? Why do you care what your friends think so much? If you can be you around your friend, are they your friends?
No, listen. All right. So, I
They might be gay too. So
y'all bugging. Ain't nothing wrong with that. We accept that and spread the word. You heard? Salute. Just come out, nigga. Stop capping. But honestly, I think the men that are like that, I'm gonna be honest with you. What if he's like a leader? What if it's a wolf pack? What if it's like a solid organization where they're like, these niggas are doing stuff for me. I can't let them see me soft or vulnerable.
Those aren't friends.
Okay, I feel like the for a man to be better, they just have to have more good women in their life. Like, a woman might be able to, because other men, it's not gonna bring it out of them. It has to be a woman that they will finally be able to be vulnerable with, and like, that woman in their life is gonna be able to then like he's gonna actually listen and pay attention, and he's like, he's gonna actually listen to her, pay attention to her. Like, when he acts a certain way, he's gonna think about her. He's gonna become a better man for that woman. Like, that woman is gonna teach him things. And again, we go back to like, the more a guy lets the feminine side of himself take over, the better a man is gonna be.
I've been holding this one. So I think the problem is the connotations around certain actions and certain words. For example, vulnerability. Like, vulnerability does not equal weakness. That's the first step that they gotta understand, especially like the situation we were talking about. And bringing her answer and combining it with mine, you gotta let the emotions flow. Things like crying, things like, not feeling your best on a certain day. Like, you don't always have to be so hard faced. You don't always have to be frowning. Like, it's okay to cry, bro. You're human. You're human with human emotions.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to shut that side of you down. Embracing that side of you makes you a better leader. Being vulnerable in front of people, for example, like you were talking about like an organization, I kind of can connotate to what you mean by that, and being a leader of like a wolf pack. Because you're vulnerable around them, you might think, oh, they're gonna see me as being weak because I'm vulnerable. But you gotta know how to balance it. You gotta know when to be vulnerable and when not to be vulnerable around them. Like, you gotta know how to take charge when you're taking charge as a boss and when you're taking charge as a friend. So it's like, you can be vulnerable and you can be strong. You can mix it together. It goes hand in hand. If you're too strong-headed all the time, you're gonna become an awful boss, a horrible person that they probably don't want to relate to, someone that they don't want to be their leader.
And you become a dictator. So
exactly,
you don't want to ever give off that energy or that vibe. Like, I'll always use this analogy to my loved ones and my closest friends. I'm the teddy bear. To my enemies, I'm a monster. And that's where that balance comes from.
Exactly.
And so you said that while you were talking, and I think that was very important. We have to learn balance, and I think men, like, who's gonna watch this, I'm gonna push. This is our last episode. I'm gonna push this hard. We had a lot of good conversation. Ladies, I want to thank y'all. Oh my gosh.
Thanks a lot. Season 1. How do you think season 1 went?
Season 1 was dope, man. But I think season 2 about to be a doozy, you heard? We got a lot more financial literacy and businessmen gonna come on platform and talk.
I'll tune in from the Navy for season 2.
Oh yeah, definitely. You know, and I want to thank Arahbelle and Denaysia and Shanaya. She's not here right now. She out there. Not being stupid. But I want to thank y'all for holding us down, because y'all dead ass was in like 3 episodes, bro. Like, salute to y'all. Yeah, y'all all spread the word. So I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all. Like, you know, we be here. I got 2 more seasons left. By the 3rd season, I should be on my graduation. So Harrison's gonna take over the show, and this will become his full platform. But I want to make sure we leave with a full, like, I leave with a full footprint, and that whatever he continues to do just balances off of that. Thank you guys. Love, love, love.
Kisses and hugs.
Thanks a lot, man.
Gangsta. Yo, thank you, y'all. That was some deep shit. Like, I didn't even feel like we was doing this shit, bro. Wow.